Good evening, and thank you so much for coming. We really do have a terrific concert. We've had great fun all semester, and we've been looking forward to sharing this great music with you. All year, there has been a gentleman sitting in the back of rehearsal with me every Sunday, and he is a really well-known figure here in the state of Connecticut. He is a leader in music education in our state. He was a terrific high school band director. He is now the fine arts coordinator at Westport Public Schools, where they were nominated for a Grammy for their outstanding school district. And he is really just a leader in music education in our state. And he comes every Sunday to be in rehearsal, in part because his daughter, Francesca, who I'm gonna embarrass, is in the ensemble. She's the clarinet player turning red right there. So, and he's just such an incredible conductor. I thought, you know, he comes every Sunday, he gets to sit there and listen to us make great music. It's time that we have him in front of us making great music. And his infectious personality has been with us all spring long. He's going to conduct the Holst E-flat Suite, which is one of the great pieces for band. And as the kids can tell you, his energy and absolute enthusiasm for music spilled over in every single rehearsal. So please welcome Tom Scavone to the stage. Just a word about the next piece. It's a pretty personal piece for me. If you've read the program notes, you know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, I'll just share a little bit and try not to be redundant here. One of the great things that I get to do from time to time is commission composers to write new works for ensembles, and I do that a lot here at the Hart School in my collegiate part of the job that I have. And we've done it on rare occasion with GWE. Next year we'll have 2 premieres that G will be participating in, 2 brand new pieces. It's that magical moment in rehearsal when you're saying, nobody in the world has ever heard this. There's only one person in the world that's ever heard it, and it's just been in their mind. And now this is the first time we get to bring this piece to life. And it's an incredible thing to participate in. It's an important thing to participate in to keep the art going forward, to keep producing new music for ensembles. And a few years ago, maybe a decade ago now, I called my dear friend Joe Turin, who is a internationally well-known composer and won all sorts of awards, and I said, Joe, I'd like you to write a piece. This was right as my son was being born, and my wife and I wanted to write a lullaby for him. We sing lullabies to him every night, and this just seemed appropriate to be able to do that. So we commissioned this piece for him, and this is called Lullaby for Noah. And interestingly, as you'll hear, it's not your typical lullaby. And so the part that I think is important to wrestle with a little bit is, he said, I wanted to write a piece that was simple and eloquent. As I composed this piece, I thought of the wonderful main theme of Elmer Bernstein's film, To Kill a Mockingbird. Those of you that saw that know that the music in that is really, it's some of the greatest film music that we have by Elmer Bernstein. And he said how provocative and song-like and beautifully shaped and filled with quiet and melancholy. But there's also a hint of melancholy to this lullaby, and perhaps a longing of innocence that was once in our basic nature. And so you'll hear it. It's not a typical lullaby in that way. I'm thrilled to say that this piece has had a big life in bands around the country and internationally. It's played a lot, which is just a great testament to Joe. And for me, the next step is this year coming up. He's going to compose the second movement of it, of a 3-movement piece. And then in 5 years, when my son is out of high school, we're going to compose the 3rd movement. So the great part about this is watching Joe Turin over 20 years of compositional output, which is terrific. And then at the end, we'll have a 3-movement work that has hopefully contributed to the repertoire in a really terrific way. So hope you enjoy Lullaby for Noah. Just a few things to say at this point, and some thank yous to give. I'm going to turn the microphone over shortly to Noah Blocker-Glenn, who is the division head, the leader, the visionary of our community division here. Everything behind you is possible in large part because of Noah and his staff here, who simply put, run one of the greatest community divisions in our country. There are so many kids that come through our halls every day that are part of the community division and are receiving a pre-collegiate education that is really second to none in so many places in the country. And I am honored to be a part of that and to be part of that energy and excellence that Noah brings to everything he does. So I would like to invite him up. He's going to present some very special memorabilia. Please welcome Noah Blocker-Glenn.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Glenn, so much. And in truth, my job is incredibly easy because I have the job of being an advocate for some really amazing students, but even beyond that, some really, really amazing faculty. Glenn and John, many of the faculty here in the room. I think Alan is here, Kurt's here. I'm sure there's many others that are in the space today. Please join me in thanking the faculty who coach these students every day. 2 years ago, we had an idea to start a rigorous academic program that would prepare students for music study in college. The Hart Preparatory Academy is in its second year, and we are graduating our first ever class. It's a significant program, I know, right? I hear a whistle in the back there. It's a significant program, it's a huge commitment. Students give a lot of time and energy coming Monday and Thursday nights, in addition to their private lessons, in addition to their large ensembles, to hone their skills and better prepare themselves for college. There is no other program like this in the country that's this comprehensive and inclusive. The idea behind it is that students who come for their junior and senior year complete this program. They can audition and get accepted to any school and have a leg up. But if they audition and get accepted to the University of Hartford, they're gaining college credit during their their junior and senior year, and they're able to do a 3-year undergrad or greatly reduced undergraduate experience. So it saves a lot of time, it saves some money, right? But the students have to work pretty hard to get where they're at. So tonight we're going to give a couple of completion certificates because I think everybody is here, certainly in the ensemble, and we might have a couple people, participants in the audience today. I'd like to invite Dr. Jessica Rudman, who's our program director. She was here lingering a moment. There she is. Jessica has been a significant part of bringing this program to life and it's got to be a full-time job plus making sure that all these kids are really well cared for. So thank you for your work on that front. We're going to invite the participants up to receive their certificates, and we have 2 that are actually going to be attending the Hart School, so we have an extra special surprise for those 2 this year, but the rest are certainly going to some pretty significant places, as you'll find out. So our first student this evening is Vigilance Brandon, who's going to be attending Bard College. Vigilance, come on up. Second up is Megan Camilleri, who's going to be attending the Hart School. You're going to be studying with Glenn, so I'm going to let him present your very own Hart School sweatshirt. Congratulations. Next up is Megan Cook, who's going to be attending Eastman School of Music. Elise Diadio will be attending the Hart School. She even brings flowers. Oslo Schaller will be attending the University of New Hampshire.
I'm so happy.
And last but certainly not least is Elkin Sosa, who will be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Let's give it up for the Hart Preparatory Academy inaugural class. Congratulations on all your hard work. Good luck.
Just two more thank yous. This is the part that gets me every time, and I've been teaching now for well over 30 years, and every moment when I know there's students going on to their next journey in life, it's difficult. So I wish all of them great success, and I want you to know that we all experienced that time at 7 o'clock, or at 5 o'clock rather, on our way in, many days going, oh, here we go. And then when 5:30 strikes and we start making music and laughing together, it fills my heart and it fills my soul with great positive energy. And you have been a huge part of that. So I'm not going to look, but I would like to ask all the seniors to stand. Every once in a while, you get to meet somebody special. And it was more than a decade ago now that I was invited out to a middle school in near Storrs, Connecticut, to watch a young teacher start teaching and to work with him and his kids. And he invited me out because he wanted to get better at what he was doing, and he thought maybe I could help. So it was a great pleasure to go out and work with him and his kids, and it became instantly apparent to me that he was really special with kids, really special with music, and really special with kids. And that combination made him a powerful teacher way back then. Fast forward, he came to Hart and did his master's degree here with me, and then decided he didn't have enough, and stayed through for his doctorate degree here at the University of Hartford in the Hart School. And he is been with me now here in GWE for 6 years. So can you please welcome John Hart, Dr. John Hart, to the stage. We've known each other for a decade, and we've transcended from student mentor to absolute colleague, great colleague, and I don't think Blue Shades is going to be better than Angels in the Architecture, so you're in trouble because you're already showing me up. Seriously, it has been one of the great joys to be a friend and mentor to John. I've watched him grow tremendously as a conductor and a musician in the time that he's been here. He's had a child, and life has happened in so many wonderful and magnificent ways that I feel blessed and happy to have been a part of. When I got sick a few years ago and underwent a bone marrow transplant, John was the one that covered for me. He was the one that stepped in and took care of all of the details that needed to be taken care of while I was gone. So I don't quite know how to say thank you enough for that, because it has been an extraordinary 6 years that he's been with GWE and has been a rock in every way, musically and everything else that he's done. He has been an adjunct professor here at the Hart School, so he went on to become doctor, and then we hired him to teach some adjunct courses here in the music ed department, and he is now the latest addition to the faculty at Keene State University. So thank you.